Alright guys, I'm in the 2025 BMW X3 M50i, and in this short vlog, I'm going to see what this car is like to live with on a day-to-day basis. Currently up the coast in the Hunter region, going to make my way back down to Sydney. So I'm going to see what it's like on the highway, and then I'm going to come off the highway and see what it's like on a twisty road to see if it can put a smile on your face after all, because it is a soft M. So stay tuned and let's get to it. So I'm just driving at the moment. I've got about an hour and 47 minutes until I get to my destination in Sydney. And look, there is not much to complain about this car. Like, I've done a review on it previously, and that was around town. Now, I've been up the coast for a while. I came up yesterday and I'm going back down to today. And I really, I'm not turning left, I'm going straight. I've got to watch the nav. But I really do like this X3 M50i. Look, it's surprisingly really good. Like, it ticks a lot of boxes. I really do love it. It's very comfortable. It's very well equipped. Like, you got heated seats and cooled seats, the usual, you know, stuff. But the biggest thing about this car is that it facilitates a lot of things. So it ticks heaps of boxes. So it's very practical for the family, but it also is fun for dad because it does have a glorious straight six twin turbo that makes 293 kilowatts and 580 newton meters of torque. So it is very powerful and it is very torquey. So we're going to get onto the highway now. I'll put it into sport, right, because I got to get onto the highway, and I'll just punch it until I hit that speed limit. And it's fun. And what I love about this car, the thing that puts the biggest smile on my face is that you've got a mid-size SUV that makes cracks, pops and bangs, and it's unheard of. Like, you don't expect that from something like this. You think it's a practical four-wheel drive, if you can call it a four-wheel drive, but it still can put a smile on your face. Now, I can't wait until I get off the highway to show you what it really is like on a twisty road, because you'll be pleasantly surprised to see this thing really does hold itself in the corners, and it really does hold itself when it comes to being pretty much designed as a motoring enthusiast car. Because after all, BMW are known and renowned to making cars that tick heaps of boxes for motoring enthusiasts. All right, so what's it like on the open road? Let's tick this box to start off with before we go into how it is when it's on a windy road and puts a massive smile on your face. Because you'll see later on, it does do that. In fact, it's extremely surprising. So on the highway, it's quiet, it's comfortable, you know, it's a very, very easy car to live with. And fuel consumption is not too bad. See, this is the thing. When I had it before, I was driving it around town, so your fuel consumption jumped a lot, right? On the open road right now, I'm actually not doing that bad. If I go through the settings here, not gonna play music. Let's go through the settings. So, go to content. Wait for me, guys, wait for me. There you go, guys. So I've got it here. 7.9 liters per 100 Ks. That's pretty damn decent, and that's on highway driving. That's incredible for what this engine is. After all, it is a straight six twin turbo that produces 298 kilowatts and 580 newton meters of torque, and allows this car to sprint from 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds, which is pretty quick. So to get a fuel consumption like that from a 3-liter straight six twin turbo motor is absolutely insane. But yeah, it's comfortable. The seats are very nice, especially in the optional extra merino leather. I love them. They're electronically adjustable. Your visibility is great. You know, there's plenty of room for the kids. And then there's the radar cruise control, lane keeping assist, and how it all works as one is incredible. So I've got the system running right now, and really I don't have to do much. Like, for example, if I want to change lanes, the car will do it for me. Like, look at that. That's so good, guys. Like, I love that. I love the fact that I don't have to do much on the highway. And after all, you don't really want to do much on the highway because you can't really do much. And if you go over the speed limit, you're going to get booked. I've seen so many cops on the road, it's ridiculous. So you're never going to open it up here because it's not worth it. Either take it to a track or don't do it at all, because it's just, honestly, it's not worth it. I've seen like 6 cop cars on the way here and it's ridiculous. But like, that's awesome. Like, look at that. Now, if I want to get back into that lane, I simply put on my blinker, the car will turn into that lane for me. I don't have to do anything at all. Another thing to note is most of these systems, when I've used them in most cars, which is really annoying, is even though they do keep you in lane, the systems themselves really can't find the lines properly. So you're like a dodgem car. You're constantly just ping-ponging between lanes. It's really annoying. And when it uses the radar with the car in front, it usually either gets too close and then brakes too heavily, or it sits too far from the car in front and then can't really regulate its speed, which is really annoying. In this, I'm never having to put my foot on the accelerator or on the brake or even worrying about anything. The car does everything so well. I love this system. And then the other thing is, which is funny, is if you take your hands off the wheel will actually start flashing at you and telling you to put your hands back on the steering wheel. So it is very in tune with making sure that your hands are on the steering wheel at all times. The steering wheel itself, I love the feeling of it. This this M steering wheel is beautiful. I love the leather, I love all the stitching, I love the center marker, and it's just a really gorgeous steering wheel. It's really designed for motoring enthusiasts in mind. And the interior itself, now while there are certain elements of it that is scratchy, kind of get past it all because there's nice ambient lighting and there's the layout of the dash is very, ergonomically designed. Look, when I did the review, when I first did this car, when I had it, I kind of was frustrated with the fact that most things are operated through the infotainment screen, but you get used to it after a while. Honestly, like with the climate control functions, there's a panel down here that constantly stays on the screen, so it's easily get through a lot of options like the home screen, your mobile phone, Apple CarPlay, and your climate control functions. And yeah, other than that, guys, I really am enjoying this BMW. Now, other than that, stay tuned because we're about to take it on a windy road. Right, so what's this BMW X3 M50i like on a windy road? Well, guys, I can tell you that this right now, I am absolutely loving this thing. So, for starters, the gear shifts, the gearbox. Look, I know it's an 8-speed automatic transmission and most people will be like, oh, but it's not a dual clutch, but the shifts are seamless. Like, honestly, it is a beautiful gearbox. The steering, it's well weighted. You don't feel like you're ever needing more out of the car because the car does so well at handling the corners. It's just, the all drive system is sublime. It honestly holds you through the corners. The front end never feels like it's getting away from you because at the end of the day, it is a all drive system from BMW. So it's rear wheel drive bias. It's not, front wheel drive bias all drive system. So you never feel like the front end's getting away from you. You kind of feel the back end kicking out when you need it to be. And then there's the note of the exhaust, the pops, the bangs. It has so much character and charisma, by the way. I think this car's a brilliant car. It ticks a lot of boxes. It's such a pleasure to drive. Like, honestly, it does put a smile on your face. It's a dad hack. It's the ultimate dad hack. What lives up to everything that I said it was in the previous review that I did of this car, because it honestly is. It's just, I love this thing. It's pure driving pleasure for a dad that wants something that's practical for the family, and then on weekends go down to a windy road and just give it some, and it does it so well. Honestly, I'm loving it.